The Phil Spencer shelf conspiracy theories are still going strong. This is Miles with Windows Central Gaming, and today we'll be going down the rabbit hole and discussing what this potentially means for the future of Xbox. Get those tinfoil hats ready, folks. So why exactly are the shelf conversations ramping up again? Phil Spencer recently made a remote appearance at Microsoft's AI and Game Research Summit. And during this video segment, his shelves were full of gaming accessories and mascots. So why do people care, you might ask? Well, previously, Phil Spencer and the team at Xbox have hidden many key items on shelves during interviews and video chats. Phil even managed to hide the Xbox Series S console on a bookshelf before its official reveal. There was also the interview with Todd Howard, Phil Spencer, and Major Nelson, where Todd proudly displayed a relic from the Indiana Jones franchise before the announcement of the upcoming Indiana Jones game. And if that wasn't enough, Xbox even snuck in the new Xbox wireless headset in the Power Your Dreams trailer starring Daniel Kaluuya. Because of these constant teases, the recent speculation is more intense than ever. Today, I'll be breaking down my thoughts on what some of these key items could potentially mean for the future of Xbox, Xbox Game Pass, and Xbox Game Studios. The first thing many people noticed was Ludens, the Kojima Productions mascot, proudly displayed front and center right next to the illuminated Xbox logo. This particular tease is pretty hard to miss. Does this mean Xbox is acquiring Kojima Productions? I'd say it likely isn't something on this scale, but I do believe we'll be seeing Kojima games come to Xbox in a few possible ways. My first prediction is that Death Stranding is making its way to Xbox Game Pass. As this is the most pronounced thing on the shelf, and Phil Spencer is wearing an Xbox Game Pass jacket, I think this is the most likely scenario. This could also mean potential future collaborations between Kojima Productions and Xbox Game Studios, maybe even the cancelled Stadia horror anthology. Obviously, none of this is set in stone or official, but I do think there's a really good possibility we see Xbox announce a partnership with Kojima in some capacity. The infamous skull mask from Watch Dogs Legion's Collector's Edition is also prominently displayed on the shelf. While it's totally possible he's just a big fan of the game and that sweet skull statue, this could also suggest that Watch Dogs Legion is coming to Xbox Game Pass. We've recently seen other launch window games like Dirt 5 make their way to Game Pass, so the possibility of Watch Dogs Legion coming isn't too far-fetched. But what if this tease is something even more significant, like Uplay making its way to Game Pass Ultimate? It appears EA has seen some success bringing its library to Xbox's subscription service, so maybe Ubisoft wants to use this as a way to introduce more players to its own service. My guess is that we'll hear some Ubisoft Xbox news sometime in the near future. At first, I didn't really put much stock into the fact that Phil Spencer had a Nintendo Switch on the shelf. But the more I thought about it, the more strange and out of place it felt. This has to be an obvious tease for something, right? Many are speculating that because of Phil Spencer's Xbox Game Pass jacket, this is actually a tease for Xbox game streaming coming to the Nintendo Switch. And while I'm sure Team Xbox would be thrilled about this possibility, I don't really think that's the case, at least not anytime soon. But this could definitely be a tease for another big Nintendo and Xbox collaboration. As it stands, there's no definitive Xbox mascot in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so maybe this is a tease for Master Chief finally making his way to this iconic fighting series. Master Chief for Smash, let's go! This potential tease is a little harder to make out, but if you look closely, you can see a Sekiro Shadows Die Twice Collector's Edition displayed on Phil Spencer's top shelf. This obviously confirms that Elden Ring is an Xbox exclusive, and Xbox is acquiring From Software. I kid. Or do I? But in all seriousness, that probably isn't the most likely scenario, but it could possibly be hinting at a future collaboration between From Software and Xbox. Xbox has made it pretty clear they're aiming to build more third-party partnerships, so maybe this is simply alluding to a future unannounced Xbox exclusive being developed in partnership with From Software. I have heard some rumblings of a sci-fi From Software title currently in pre-production, but for now it's really hard to say if any of that is legitimate. I would be pretty excited about this idea, but mostly I just really want to get my hands on Elden Ring. After so many subtle teases from Phil Spencer and the team at Xbox, it's really hard not to bust out the magnifying glass and comb every inch of his shelf for clues. There are probably several significant items in this image, but what they are and what the timeline looks like for announcements remains unclear. Is Death Stranding coming to Xbox Game Pass? Is Master Chief really making his way to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? And is From Software possibly working on an Xbox exclusive? Only time will tell. If these guesses turn out to be true, then I'm a certified industry prophet. But if they're wrong, it was only speculation. Such is the law of video game predictions. What are your thoughts on the Phil Spencer shelf situation? What do you think this all means? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button. For more Xbox and PC content, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.